Hi there. My name's Alyssa. I came up with a nice little about hour-long flow today. All you need is a yoga mat and preferably one block. You could use 2 blocks. If you have no blocks, that's fine too. You'll survive. But 1 block can feel pretty nice. We're going to use it actually right in the beginning, but again, if you don't have a block, that's okay. So how we're going to get started is we're going to find a nice child's pose. So you can bring the knees about as wide as the mat, big toes together, hips sink back towards the heels. This is where the block can come in handy to place the head on the block and then let the arms come out nice and long in front of you. Again, if you don't have a block, that's okay. You can just let the head come to fall right down onto your mat. And so as you get yourself situated, know that the wider you take the knees apart in this shape, the bigger the expression in the pose. And so you might feel a little bit more in the hip crease. You can gently give your hips a little wiggle side to side. Take your head and rock it side to side. I like the block for this shape because I put the block edge right on my eyebrow ridge. A nice way to just kind of massage out, roll out that eyebrow ridge. Our eyes do so much work, and so this can feel really nice, especially if your sinuses are bothering you or anything like that. Bring the head back to the center, and we'll just allow ourselves a few moments to just settle. Again, know that the bigger the knees go, maybe the bigger the experience. We want to be pushing back and sinking back through the hip crease versus the hips being up nice and high, because that's just a different shape. That's called puppy pose, and that's more of a back bend. And we're taking a little bit more of a shape where we can kind of round in the upper back. And so let your belly soften here. The arms can just reach out nice and long, allowing ourselves a few moments again to settle, to transition from one thing to the next. Something that I've been pondering as a student, but also as a teacher, and just as a person in my personal life, is balance. The balance of good and bad, of light and dark. And when I think about balance, I'm reminded of the symbol yin and yang, or maybe you've heard it as yin and yang. But yin and yang, they go together, and they each have a piece of each other in each side of them, reminding us that we can't have one without the other. That's how we find the balance. If you think of it like a scale, you need one or the other. And so today we'll be moving through our practice looking at the balance, and not just a physical posture of balance. We will maybe see some of that, but we're also going to just be focusing on the yin, which is more of the feeling, and the yang, which is more of the doing. As we're starting to settle now, maybe into the body, shift the awareness to the breath. The breath is a beautiful tool of balance as well. You have an inhale and you have an exhale. Start to notice your inhales and exhales. Notice how your inhale, you prop up a little bit, you rise, you expand. Notice your exhale, how you soften, heart melts down. And then we'll take 3 really nice, big, deep breaths to open up the space together, to ignite the breath. Big inhale through your nose. Nice big exhale out your mouth. 2 more just like that. Big breath in. And big exhale out. Last one here, nice big inhale. Feel the space. Exhale. fill that space. From here, gently seal the lips and just let the breath start to move in and out through the nose. Maybe continuing the spaciousness. And then gently, let's start to bring ourselves up. We'll take our block and just take it towards the top of the mat. Again, if you don't have one, that's okay. But as you start to come up a little bit, come onto your hands and knees. Find a nice tabletop shape. Wrists are underneath your armpits, knees are underneath your hips. Take an inhale, lift your right arm all the way up to the sky. Find a nice big wingspan, a nice big opening. Gaze up to look at your fingertips. Root down in the tops of the feet. Try to keep them plugged in to stay in the moment. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, take that right hand, thread it underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, reach and expand all the way back up. Open yourself. And then exhale, thread it through. Let's take this 2 more times, moving with our breath. And inhale, find the space. Here's the act of doing, the yang. Exhale, thread the arm underneath. Here's the yin, the compression, the exhale, the feeling. One more, inhale, lift all the way up. And then as you exhale, come all the way down onto that right shoulder. And now my head is going to be turned away from you. But so my left fingertips could stay just right where they are, right by my face, hand planted there. Or I could take my left arm and I could wrap it all the way around my back, opening up my left shoulder, still keeping the tops of the feet rooted down as much as I can to stay in the moment. Bringing the gaze up, looking, opening up the heart. I could also take the left arm, swim it all the way overhead towards the top of the mat, rotating the shoulder. Feeling a nice bit of an expansion on the side body. So a couple different options there. Let's take 2 nice big full breaths wherever we are, wherever we want to land. One more big breath in. And a nice big breath out. Take the left hand back by the face if it's not already there. Inhale, push up and send that right arm all the way back up to the sky and pause there again for a moment. Take some wrist circles going in either direction. And then like you're flicking water off your hand, just flick your fingers. And then bring the right arm back down. Maybe a gentle sway side to side. And then we begin again on the left side. Inhale, left arm reaches all the way up. Pause here for a moment. Feel the opening, feel the space. Bring the gaze up. Root the tops of the feet. As you exhale, left arm reaches underneath the right armpit and you reach over. Inhale, open it all the way back up. And exhale, thread it through. Take that 2 more times. Again, let the inhale support the space that you're finding, the opening. Let the exhale take you back down. Let it fill that space. Last one here. Inhale, lift all the way up. And then exhale, thread it through and come all the way down onto that left shoulder. Now my face is facing you. And so you could see that I could just keep my right hand right by my face. I could take the right arm, wrap it around the back, open up the shoulder. Using my head as almost like a little bit of leverage, but you could also place a block underneath the head too. Sit bones are reaching up nice and high, tops of the feet. I'm fighting to anchor them down. Or right arm could swim all the way overhead, rotating the shoulder, feeling a nice long diagonal along the side body. Couple breaths here. One more. And then gently bring the hand back by the face if it's not already there. Inhale, left arm sweeps all the way back up. We take those wrist circles in one direction. We take them in the opposite direction. And then we flick the wrists or the fingers. Bring the hand back down. Take your little sway side to side. Again, wrists are going to be underneath the shoulders, underneath the armpits. And then from here, we'll step our left foot back, we'll step our right foot back, we'll find a nice high plank pose. I'm just gonna scoot myself a little more forward. There we go. And so in your high plank pose, you maintain the shoulders stacked on the wrists. You pull the back heels forward, so this way the heels stack over the ball and toe of the foot. You push up the pelvis a little bit, zip up the core, crown of the head reaches forward, gazes down. High plank pose. Take a breath. Exhale out. Lengthen through your crown, lengthen through your tail. One more big inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees, hips up to the sky. Find a downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. Shake the hips, shake the head. And now we held that high plank to give you a reminder of a long spine. There's also a balance there of yin and yang energy. If you think of yin like winter, it's cold, it's wet. You think of yang as like summer, it's hot, there's heat. And so the two, again, they go together. And so the yang was building maybe a little bit of a sensation in the hold. But the yin was the feeling of that sensation. So now from our dog, just getting into a little bit of cueing here. Feet are hips width. Look between the portal you created between your legs. As you bend the knees a little bit, you draw the chest maybe a little closer towards your thighs, push up through your hip crease. Here's your long spine again. Your plank measures the length of your dog, so inhale, shift back forward to a plank. Notice the length. Shoulders on wrists, heels over ball and toe. Bend the knees, hips up to the sky. Beautiful. Big breath in. Exhale out. We'll start to move through a sun A now, taking that a few times to create, again, that yang energy. But I want you to find where's the yin in your sun A. And we'll move through this together. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step the feet forward. Feet are hips width. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, hinge and fold back down. Inhale, circle your arms, reach all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, bring the hands through the heart. Relax them down at the sides. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold right back down. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Keep exhaling through your chaturanga, either knees lifted or lower them down. Half push up here, pull the elbows close to the ribs. Inhale for a back bend, either cobra with the thighs relaxed or up dog with the thighs on. You decide. From here, we flip over the toes, we bend the knees, hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. There's our sun A. And if you're familiar with that, amazing. And if that's new to you, well then welcome. And so again, we're gonna move through this a couple of times. That's our sequence. I'll guide you through it the whole time. It's gonna start to build a little bit of heat because we're gonna find movement. We're gonna find rhythm of breath and movement together. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step the feet forward. Find your forward fold. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle your arms, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands through the heart, relax them at the sides. Inhale, circle. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Chaturanga with either the knees lifted or lower. Take your push up. Inhale for a back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full inhale, full exhale. We'll do that 2 more times together. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step the feet forward. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands through the heart, relax them at the sides. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Last time through, inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, step, walk your feet forward. Maybe thinking of your exhale as the yin energy. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Experience the feeling. Inhale, open the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands through the heart. Relax them at the sides. Inhale, big circle. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back. Chaturanga, either knees lifted or lowered. I'm showing different variations too if you ever need to look. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it up. Find the breath here. Take a few, let's say 3 nice big deep breaths. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out. Last one. Big breath in. And exhale out. From your dog, I want you to bend your knees as if you were going to hover them above the earth. And as you're bending your knees and hovering, you're going to push your chest closer towards your thighs. Maybe there's some contact there. And if there's not, that's okay too. But as you draw your chest closer towards your thighs, you're almost in like this pouncy like pose. From here, you're going to take a nice big shift forward to a high plank pose. Lengthen out. Whew. Exhale, bend the knees, hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Push up through your hip crease. Bend your knees and hover. Here's how you get deep into that hip crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend the knees, downward facing dog. 2 more times. Bend the knees and hover. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, dog. Last time, bend the knees and hover. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, pedal it out. Nice big breath in. Exhale, release. We're going to start to move through a water salutation now to keep the yang energy, to keep the heat, to keep the flow. From here, you're going to shift all the way forward. Find that high plank, but now drop your pelvis. Let's find either an up dog with the toes tucked or a cobra with the toes tucked as well. Thighs can lower down. From this shape, you go right back to your downward facing dog. Take your right foot, step it forward. Lower your left knee down. We find Anjaneyasana. Top of the back foot comes down. Notice how my left knee is behind my hip. Inhale, arms lift and rise. My right knee is on top of my ankle. From your low lunge, as you exhale, hands come back down towards the earth. You curl the back toes and you step forward to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle the arms, reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold right back down. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, plant the hands, left foot forward, right foot steps back. Lower the knee, Anjaneyasana, opposite side. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come down. Curl the back toes, step back, downward facing dog. Shift forward, find your cobra or your up dog. Toes tucked, downward facing dog. And that's our sequence, that's our flow. And so we're gonna start to move through that. As we start to move, you start to find this rhythm like water, and it starts to become just the fluidity and the flow mixing together. Can you find the balance again of building the heat while finding the cooling, maybe with the breath? Inhale, shift forward, find your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step forward, right foot, lower the left knee. Inhale, arms rise, low lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, plant the hands. Left foot forward, right foot back. Inhale, arms rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. We begin again. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. You could start to alternate, maybe stepping the left foot forward this time. Right knee lowers. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come down. You step forward, forward fold. You could also take out the half lifts and just inhale, circle the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold right back down. Right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, arms rise. So there's many different variations. Hands plant. Step back, downward facing dog. But we start to just find some fluidity. Inhale, come forward, cobra or up dog. Toes stay tucked, downward facing dog. We begin again. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left knee lowers. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands plant. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, let's circle all the way up again. Exhale, fold back down. Left foot forward, right foot back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Last time through, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right knee lowers. Inhale, arms rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands come down, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Right foot forward, left foot back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands plant, step back, downward facing dog. Cobra or up dog. Let your knees relax. Tops of the feet come down. Send the hip crease back. Find a child's pose. You could let your knees stay facing forward, or you could bring the big toes together, take the knees wide. I'll let you decide. Head rests down. 3 big breaths here. Find your inhale. Find your exhale. Let your next inhale fill up your back like it's a big turtle shell. Let your next exhale soften your belly. Let that be the yin. Let the next inhale be the yang, the doing. Exhale. From here, gently start to prop yourself up. And let's come back to a nice downward facing dog. If you need a few more moments, take a few more moments. As you make your way to your dog, pedal it out, shake the head. Don't let the head and neck have more to do, so let them relax. Again, let them look between the portal you created between your feet, hips width distance apart, hip crease up nice and high. From here, take a nice big breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, keeping the pelvis in the center. Notice how I don't open up my hip to the side. I close the right hip down. Push back through my right heel as my foot flex. That way I can find length along the leg, 3-legged dog. As I exhale, take a big step forward with the right foot. We're in this runner's lunge shape. From this runner's lunge, I want my feet to have space from left to right. So the left foot occupies the left side, the right foot occupies the right side. The right knee is underneath my armpit. Left hand is going to plant on the earth. Right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. We call this a dragonfly twist. Now you could lower the back left knee down. Top of the back foot comes down and still maintain the arms nice and open. Or you could keep the back knee lifted. Elevated experience. You decide. Gaze up towards your fingertips. Big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to take this right hand and thread it between your right foot and your left arm. So you reach in between this hole in the front and you reach back for either your left knee or your left toes. And that's not a reference point. It's a reference point, not a point of contact. So you don't have to touch the toes. Just reaching back like that thread the needle we did in the beginning. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, thread it through. 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread it through. Pick up the left hip if it's falling down and that being your point of a twist. We want the twist to come from the left ribs. And then last one, reach back through. From here, bring this right hand all the way back down. You're gonna push back, and you might shorten your stance a little bit. Push back through your left heel, come onto your right heel. Drawing the toes to the face, getting into the hip crease, square the hips forward. You can bend the right knee, bring the chest closer to the thigh, drop the head. You can feel the hamstring turning on. The more you flex the foot, maybe the calf muscle. Big breath in. Exhale out. From here, we'll rock back forward. Right foot comes down. Scooch the left foot even more forward so the left foot can fully plant. We still want a nice kind of big stance, but we don't want the left heel lifted. So plant that left foot down, and feet are still occupying their own side of the mat. This is where you could grab for your block again, or use no block, either option. You're gonna put the block on the left side. You're gonna let your right hand grab for that block. Now right here, you could take your left hand, bring it to your left hip. Draw the left hip forward, pull the right hip back. Find this middle and find the squaring of your hips facing down. Then from here, lift the left arm up, tune into the right ribs, twist from the right ribs up, revolved triangle. So the hips stay square. Watch that left hip wanting to open out back. Fight for it to come forward. Fight for the right ribs to spin underneath you. Big breath in. Big exhale out. One more. As you exhale, plant the hand down. Turn yourself all the way back forward, and let's step to the top of the mat. Find a forward fold. You can move the block. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. We'll take the same shapes on the opposite side. From this shape, inhale, left leg lifts. Again, keep the hips square. Flex the left foot, push back through the heel, three-legged dog. As you exhale, big step forward with the left foot. Ball and toe of the right foot. Find the two sides. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up, dragonfly twist. Now I already noticed as I twisted, I dropped my right hip down to give me more of a twist. But what I want to do is keep those hips square, tune into my right ribs, and spin from my right ribs, bring my gaze up. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, left hand is going to thread between the foot and the hand, reaching back towards those right toes, or again, if the knee is lowered down. Inhale, open it up. 3 more all together. Exhale, thread it through, reach back. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, open. Last one, reach back. Inhale, open. Left hand plants. This is where I might step my foot in a little closer. Start to push back through my right heel, come up onto my left heel. Bending my left knee, starting to already square my hips. Nice little stretch in the hamstring, in the quad, maybe even in the glute. Wherever you're feeling this, that's your personal experience. And so know if there was an area I didn't say, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. We all have different bodies, different stories. And then gently shift yourself forward. Scoot the back foot in maybe even a little closer. And both sets of toes are facing forward. Feet are like as if you were standing on railroad tracks. Grab your block or don't. This time I'll show it without the block in case you don't have one.
Your left hand reaches over towards the right side of your mat. Square your hips already. You could bring your right hand to your hip. Draw the right hip forward. Pull the left like femur bone back into the hip socket. Think about your left rib. You could even take your hand, put it on your ribs, spin from your ribs. Then reach your right arm up and let your gaze finish your twist, revolved triangle. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more, big breath in. Exhale, plant the hand. Step yourself all the way forward, forward fold. Let yourself sway side to side. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Let's step the feet back, downward facing dog. Last little set of standing postures that we're going to see. Take a big breath, bend the knees here, and then as you start to gaze forward, step or walk your feet back to that forward fold. Inhale, rise up nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Head comes last. And then we find this nice standing shape. As we start in our standing shape, we're going to start with the right foot. So right foot will be on the earth. We're going to come into some balancing postures because how can I talk about balance and not do any balancing postures? So from here, feet are hips width distance apart. Root down in the bottom of the right foot. Inhale, lift the arms straight up towards the sky. Left foot's gonna lift, majorette pose. As if you were gonna step onto a stair. That left foot is lifted. Your hands are like as if you were holding a beach ball. Pick up the left sit bone. From your majorette, you can take your right hand and bring it to your left knee. Your left hand can start to swim back, maybe find the low back. Keep picking up through that left sit bone. Let the gaze maybe turn over that left shoulder. You could also send the left arm out, right arm out. You could also take your right fingertips, grab for your left big toe. Take a big toe bind, send the foot out nice and long in front of you. Left arm back, gaze over the left shoulder. 2 breaths. Taking whichever variation that you like. And if you have to set the foot down, you set the foot down, no worries. Big breath in. Exhale out. One more nice big breath in. And then exhale. Bring yourself all the way back forward. Majorette pose. Can you keep the left knee lifted? From this shape, we're going to step our left foot all the way back behind us, nice and slowly. Warrior 2, arms come out to a T. And I have to readjust, so if you got to readjust, that's okay. Now, starting with our feet, we're going to look and make sure the right toes are forward, the left foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Heel to arch alignment. Right knee stacks over the right ankle. Arms come out to a T. Flip the palms up. Might feel nice on the shoulders. But let this shape also remind you about a scale. If your hands were holding one thing and the other, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, the black and the white, can we let the balance, can we find the balance? Maybe we use the breath. From your warrior 2 shape, you're going to straighten your front leg. Back arm's going to reach up to find the right wrist, sky archer. Nice big stretch. Nice big inhale. Find a little bit of length. Exhale through your feet. Ground down. Let the right hand now release Bend into the right knee. Here's where you find your block. I just need to fix my mat. You find your block out in front of you. Left hand could stay lifted or come to the hip. Bend into the right knee. Root into the bottom right foot. Inhale, lift up the back leg. Half moon. Flex the left foot. Maybe left arm lifts. Try to get the block underneath the shoulder. Maybe the gaze starts to lift. Take your time. One more breath. And as you exhale, bring yourself all the way back forward. Find a nice forward fold. Sway it out. Inhale, peek up halfway. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time. And then we begin again on the left side this time. And so we start with the left foot rooted down, nice and strong. Inhale, arms lift up, the right knee lifts, major up, pick up through the right sit bone. Hold your beach ball at the top. And then maybe the left hand explores the right knee. Maybe the left hand reaches back, or you place the hand on the small of the back, you decide. Maybe you find that big toe bind, left fingers grab the right toes and you send the leg out in front of you. You look back over the right shoulder. Again, the balance. We can't have one without the other. We wouldn't know dark if we didn't know light. We wouldn't know good if we didn't know bad. And that's what makes happy time so great, because we know the other end. We know the sadness. Big breath in. As you exhale, transition back forward. See if you can keep the right knee lifted, majorette pose. And slowly step all the way back, warrior two. And then adjust how you need to. Start with the foundation, start with the feet. You can't build a house with the roof first. You have to start from the ground. Heel to arch alignment. Let your knee stack over your ankle. Let your knee track your second and third toe to keep the knee from folding in or opening out. Arms up to a T, flip the palms, find your scale, find your weight, find your balance. What are you holding in the front hand and what are you holding in the back hand? Maybe gratitude in the front, but then maybe shame in the back. There was a nice little video on Netflix, little documentary, or maybe like a TED Talk that Brene Brown did about shame and vulnerability. But what the opposite of that was gratitude. And so when we're in that shame cycle, can we find the gratitude? Again, we find the balance. How do we outweigh the other? As you exhale, straighten the front knee. Lift the left hand up. Let the right hand grab the left wrist. Sky archer. Nice big stretch, nice big pull. Exhale through your feet. Ground down. One more nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, this is where we start to tick-tock ourselves forward. Now, if you don't have a block, that's okay. You reach down for the earth. Again, right hand can come to the hip. Push up through the left bottom foot as the right leg lifts. Try to get the hand underneath the shoulder. Flex the right foot. Left standing knee can be soft. Send the right arm up maybe. And then maybe you flip the gaze up towards the sky. And again, if we fall out, we meet ourselves back. Nice big breath in. Exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale, take it all the way back down. Forward fold, sway side to side. Inhale, let's peek up halfway. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, peek up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Walk your feet back enough to lower your knees down. And now let's come on to our bottoms where we'll start to find a little forward fold series. And so starting with just our legs out nice in front of us. And again, if you have a block, grab your block. If not, no worries. So in your forward fold, legs out nice and long. Flex your feet so your toes are facing up nice and high towards the sky. Remove some of the flesh from the sit bones. Like allow yourself to really plug in. Feel the four corners, the two heels, the two sit bones. I like to give a nice generous bend to my knees because it's not cheating, but it's not though. What the bend in the knees does is allows us to get into the hip crease. It does bring my hands closer to meet my feet, but it isn't necessarily a cheating. And I said that in class today and somebody laughed, and that's the only reason why I'm repeating it is because when I was in gymnastics, this would have been considered cheating. But for the sake of getting into your hip crease and your hip hinge, this is a deeper fold. I feel more in my hamstrings when I bend my knees more. If you want to straighten your legs, by all means, straighten your legs. You can absolutely do that. But for the sake of finding a deeper fold, bring a little bend to the knees and then let the knees open up a little wide so they can come almost right underneath your armpits. Let your head, neck, and shoulders hang down. And there you are. See if your feet, though, can maintain facing up towards the sky versus wanting to open wide or falling towards one another. And then find your breath. 3 nice big deep breaths here. You can take them on your own. You could use a block in between the legs for your head if you wanted some support. But if you don't mind the head dangling, you can rock it side to side. One more nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Gently start to prop yourself up. And let's keep the left leg out nice and long. Bring the right sole of the foot in to the left inner thigh. We're going to first fold forward, and then we'll take a shape where we come to face our right knee. But first, we'll fold forward. Again, I'm bringing a little bend to the knee, but you don't have to. Take a breath in, reach the arms up, exhale, fold. Ride the exhale down, ride the shape. And let the head, the neck, and the shoulders hang down. And you can touch the toes, you can touch the ankles, you can touch the earth, the shin, the knees, wherever you'd like. Let the fold again be forward. Maintain the left toes facing up towards the sky. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Sway it out if you want to. You can use your block if you want to. Take another nice big breath in. And another big breath out. Gently start to prop yourself up. Keep your legs as they are. But now spin yourself towards the right long edge of your mat, towards your right knee. Still flexing that left foot. We're going to take our left hand and bring it inside of our left leg. Right arm is going to swim overhead. So you could use a block for your forearm if you wanted, or just keep the hand on the earth, forearm can come down. Right arm swims overhead, like you're a ballerina and you're taking a nice little side bend. You can bend the left leg and maybe the right hand reaches down towards the left toes. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But if it does, if you find that you find a little bind, maybe you pull yourself through this portal, this opening that you've created. Breathe into the side body. Feel the space between the ribs. That's how intricately you can notice and be present with your body. So again, we find the balance. A shape where we're finding maybe stillness, but a shape that has effort, even though we're seated. The yang energy, the doing. The yin, the feeling. Next inhale. Release, bring yourself all the way back up. And then from here, we'll send the right leg out and bring the left sole of the foot in. I'm gonna just flip myself though, so that way I can face you instead of turning, because now we're kind of grounding down our practice. So earlier, I just didn't want to flip myself too much and have it get confusing. So right foot is out nice and long, left sole of the foot is in. We fold forward first. I'm bringing a little bend. You do what you please. Breath in, exhale, hinge and fold. This time I'm walking my hands out. You can walk them or you could fold down. I feel that sometimes that helps to reach. The walking, I feel like, is a nice gradual kind of descend of not jolting the nervous system. Letting the head relax down. Notice how the inhale picks you up, and the exhale takes you back down. Keep the right toes facing up towards the sky. Draw the left knee down towards the earth. One more nice big breath in. Exhale, release. Gently prop yourself up. Keep the legs as they are. Spin yourself towards the left knee, over towards the long edge of the mat. And then from here, we'll take our side bend. So we'll start to bring the right hand inside the right leg. Or I'm already trying to like bind this toe, but that's the other hand. But you could do two binds if you want. The right hand comes inside, you could use your block if you want. Left arm's gonna swim overhead. Again, you can keep the leg straight if you want to, or you can bend the knee, maybe find that connection. Pull yourself through the portal if you find it. Look where you want to go, look up. Maybe the cheek finds the bicep. Nice little point of contact. Skin to skin. Find your breath. Feel the space between the ribs through the side body. Feel the fascia pulling. One more nice big breath in. Exhale. Release. Draw yourself back up. From here, let's come all the way onto our backs now. And as you make your way onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little gentle sway. Rock side to side. And then arms can open up nice and wide. Drop the knees over towards the right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Let the left shoulder anchor down. Let gravity pull the knees down. Find a nice twist. as if your back was a little wet towel and we're wringing it out. And then bring your knees back through the center. Take the legs over towards the left. Right shoulder anchors, gaze comes over the right shoulder. Ring out the body on this side. Bring yourself back through. As the knees come through to the center, grab for the outer edges of the feet, or the ankles or the shins. Take the legs open wide. Find yourself a nice happy baby pose. Rock side to side. And then let the swaying subside. Find the balance. To come right onto the spine, right onto the back. Let the head, neck, and shoulders relax down. Relax the tailbone. Gently give yourself a little tug, a little pull down, as if you were going to reference your knees coming towards the earth. Feel a big opening in the inner thighs, the glutes, the groin, the hips, but also a nice bit of length in your spine. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Take a moment to find any last little bits of shapes. Anything else that you need. Doesn't even have to be a yoga pose. Maybe it's a wiggle before we start to come into our Shavasana shape. There's no right or wrong way to take Shavasana. It could be on your back, your belly, your side. You could be seated. You could put your legs up the wall. My personal favorite is to bring the soles of my feet together, letting my hips just kind of really open up nice and wide. You could let your palms rest somewhere on your body, or they could just be out at either side. Let yourself become heavy, melting down into the earth, letting the earth hold you and support you. Let your fingertips and toes become light. Shavasana is the meditation of the practice, the most important and sacred pose. We take this at the end to allow the body time to digest all of the reflections from our practice. Take a nice big inhale in through your nose, and a nice big exhale out. Enjoy your moment and enjoy your rest.
our mat and our practice are such beautiful mirrors, reflecting back to us lessons, teachings, reminding us of maybe areas that need some assessing, allowing us to find tools in that assessment. Today, with the talk of balance, we used our breath to help support maybe some of the yang sensations. But we let the yang fulfill and bring the joy of the yin, the more quiet, the cooler, the still. We embrace them both, the light and the dark, the good and the bad, because without one we can't have the other. Gently start to bring some awareness back to your body and your breath, noticing the rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Beginning to gently wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, rotating your wrists and your ankles. Oh, maybe a yawn or two. Nice big long stretch. Arms maybe come out overhead if you're still on your back, legs out long. Big breath in like you're being pulled apart in half. Oh, and an exhale, just let yourself soften. Gently spin over to one side so you can slowly start to prop yourself up and come to a nice seated shape where we'll close out our practice together. As you find your seat, sitting up nice and tall with a nice long spine. Let your palms find connection with your body, maybe resting on the knees or the thighs. Letting that connection be a way for you to ground and hone in and harness your practice, because that's yours to take with you. Biggest breath we've taken all day today. And just like we open the space with our breath, we'll close the space with our breath. A big inhale in through the nose. When you reach the top of the breath, pause. Take a sip of air in through your mouth. Fill up a bit more. 2 sniffs in through your nose. Reach your full capacity. Notice the fullness. And then when you're ready, exhale out the mouth. Hands come together at heart center to seal in your practice. Gently bowing your head and your chin to your chest with gratitude. Thanking your body and thanking your breath for supporting you in your practice, but for also supporting you in your daily life as well. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Alyssa. I hope you enjoyed that nice little flow. Feel free to take it as you please and flow it more or flow it less or pause it when you need to. Just a bunch of suggestions, really. Different variations for you to try, different things to ponder. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to always reach out. Other than that, thank you so much and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, friends.